bell peppers are a little sad, so it's better to put them inside something, I think. Yeah.
Is it burger night?
Burger night. Check it out.
Look at those patties. You're the chef. You can do it all.
We're currently sailing with the code 65. Here's the little dot, which is where the wind is coming from. You can see maybe right there, code 65. We're doing pretty good on our polars so far, and the wind is about 15 knots, averaging apparent wind. Speed over ground about 10. It's a little bumpy, so that's what that banging is. This is what it's like sitting at night watch in the very early dawn. I'm just chilling, eating an orange, which looks red in this light. Probably I can turn that off. I was thinking how soul cleansing this last couple of days have been, and remembering, I don't know, 15 years ago, 14 years ago, when Stephane introduced sailing to me, what I liked about it was it cleared my mind. Like, you had to be entirely focused on the present moment. And, you know, for me, that was something that has always been a challenge. With kids and work and everything, it's easy to kind of just rush through. It's easy to rush through life. And I spent a lot of time in yoga classes and meditation studios trying to sort of be in the moment and enjoy that moment as it's happening. But nothing has been even close to what I've been sort of experiencing in the last couple of days. And I'm not sure if it's the ocean that just puts things in perspective, or the time, just to have the time to focus on what's going on in that moment. But everything, or the fact that maybe just my world's so small. It's been incredible and soul cleansing. And Again, I don't know if it's the sailing or the water or the passage or what, but I think we all maybe need a little bit more of that in our lives. At least I do. This is a really dumb example, but I typically hate to cook. My rule is it can't take longer to cook it than to eat it. However, I have found cooking to be very joyful and fulfilling on this trip. And I think maybe, again, just having the time to think about it and to not be in a hurry and to know that it brings joy to the rest of the crew. It's incredibly fulfilling. It sounds so stupid, but I just never really enjoyed it before because I just felt like it was something I had to do and rush to get done, you know, before rushing off to this or, you know, running kids off to practice or whatever. But yeah, I can see why people maybe take up gardening, but sailing's fun too. So you can tell we have a racer on board because she's figured out how to set up the Nemesis into the waypoint mode. So it looks like ETA to our next waypoint. She set that up. It's pretty cool. We don't know how to use a lot of these views yet in this little guy, but it's super fun. We were doing the life jacket briefing yesterday. It was more like life jacket policy for the boat. And one of the things I wanted to share, and I know a lot of people are going to have strong opinions about this, but I'm just going to share the information, is that these life jackets are really useless unless you use the crotch strap. And I don't know if it's a cultural thing or what. In Europe, you see everybody wearing the crotch strap. But in the US, I think it's a mixed bag. I don't know what that's about. But basically, you need to have your life vest tight. So I tightened mine, which is good because it was kind of loose before. Here. So now it's tight, number one. It has a double harness, so I can clip in and clip out of where I need to be. And then it has the strap. So what happens is if you fall overboard, this inflates and it'll rise up. And if it rises up too far, it can actually inflate above your head, which means it would be holding your head underwater. So the crotch strap helps keep it in place. So when it inflates around your neck. So that's the purpose of a crotch strap. So I wear mine religiously. Look at these beautiful, beautiful clouds. The sunrise. Oh, the other thing we've installed in our life jackets is a quick release. Here. What that does is, in the event we fall overboard and are harnessed to the boat, but are somehow struggling to breathe, and you would want to do this as a last-ditch effort, obviously, before you pass out, is to pull the quick release, and it releases the harness, which means you're not any longer tethered to the boat, which has its own set of issues. But you'd have to prioritize breathing over being attached. Kind of a morbid thought, but I just wanted to add that. a little ominous, but we're moving in an opposite direction than it's moving. A little bit of the good news is yesterday we had a storm tactics conversation. We talked about a lot of things, but we talked mostly about squalls because that's what we're going to see a lot of. And what Nikki said is a lot of people try to game the squalls to try to take advantage of some of the winds within them. And she said she just avoids them like you would avoid a ship. Just steer clear out of the way, and it reduces risks on many levels. And she said 9 times out of 10, if people are trying to game the squall and get the advantage of the wind speed, it never quite works out because you get stuck in the middle where there's no wind for a while, and it cancels out any speed gains you would make. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So avoid squalls like they're ships. Tip of the day. This is our Autopilot. We've named him George. I don't exactly know why. It might be because George just sounds like a dependable name. I've never really met a George that wasn't reliable. So it seemed like a good name for an Autopilot. What's going on with these weather clouds?
Well, it's more overcast. I think it's probably because there's a low pressure system that is not super low, but because typically the high pressure has been northeast and west than usual, so it creates that space between the high pressures. You have kind of this high pressure that is like way west and north. You have another one, and that creates the wind spins this way, so you have this little space that is being created for some low pressures, and then you have this weird system. So that's what we see here. We're here. This little low pressure is here. That explains the winds we're getting, because the high pressure is further to the east and north. And so instead of getting those trade winds this way, we're kind of getting the winds coming 120 because it's moved that way and north. So we're trying to sail southwest. This thing is going to live here for another 24, 48 hours. And then it kind of moves up a little bit. We move down, and I think it weakens. So the end of the trip, after Sunday-ish, it's going to be A2 jibing all the way to Martinique. If we have stronger winds, we'll try the symmetric, the S4.
It's been, the S4 has been just a passenger on this trip. Dead weight so far on this trip.
Yeah. We need, we haven't sailed it yet. Nikki sailed it on an Outremer 55. She says it's great, but you need that 15 plus wind. Otherwise the boat accelerates and the spinnaker kind of collapses a little bit. So we need, if we find those conditions where we have at least 15 plus, then we'll try it. Maybe a little bit more than 15, 18, 20. That
Cool.
will be the plan. So, and even if we don't have the right conditions, we'll try it just to take some pictures, see what it looks like.
Yeah.
So.
It's crispy still.
We're getting closer. Yesterday we passed, we had kind of a little bit of a halfway party. Maybe we continue today, but we're getting closer to the 1,000. What do you call it?
Yeah, maybe after today, maybe tomorrow we'll be under 1,000. Woohoo!
And if we look at speed over ground over the past, like right now, the past hour has been 10 knots. If we look for the past, I don't know, 5 hours, 10.2. The past 10 hours, 10 knots. So we've been doing
Pretty good averages. Yeah.
10 knots in 10 hours average.
Yeah.
Going in 120 true wind apparent. 120. We've had 15, this number's like 14, 15. The apparent wind about 12. Coming on port side, 78 degrees, 80 degrees. Boat speed around 10. And 240-ish. So put 65. So that's pretty good. That means over the last 10 hours, 100 nautical miles. So if we continue this way, we'll definitely, maybe over the past 24 hours, we've been at over 200 probably. We'll see. We'll do some calculations later. But suspect, all day today is going to be more of that. So we'll definitely do a 200 mile plus day.
So your watch doesn't start for another hour. So
I miss you, buddy.
Aw, you miss me?
Just
So sweet.
check on you, making sure all is good.
Yeah, thank you for checking on me.
Yeah.
All is good. It was a good sunrise.